Vlogvember 12th, and last night we went and saw the movie Immortals. Immortals looks pretty, but remember when you go in there that it is done by the producers of 300. And for the most part, the story is supposed to be about Theseus. Don't bother looking up the full mythology on Theseus, because pretty much the only thing they stick to on the mythology of Theseus is that Theseus slays the Minotaur. And that only kind of happens in this movie. As in, it's not really a Minotaur, it's a guy with a bull-shaped mask made of barbed wire. That's about as close to the mythology as they stay. There are points in there that make little to no sense. The staircase to the good guy's king's quarters, just on the inside of the gate. Not on the other side of the wall, just on the inside of the gate. So that the good guys, to try and save the king, have to fight their way through the enemy that are invading them to get to the staircase to go save him. The movie is very Clash of the Titans-esque, as well as kind of 300-ish. But if Clash of the Titans was all about militant atheism, this is all about atheists are stupid. The people that try to be rational, reasoning, are atheists, and it usually blows up in their faces, or gets them killed. Whereas the people that believe in the gods and trust in the gods, they're the ones that are always right, victorious, and triumphant, even if they believe that the gods are wrong, so long as they still believe in the gods. Which seems like a bad moral. I don't know. It also tries to end on a tragedy, but then leaves the door wide open for a sequel. And not only just any type of sequel, a sequel that at the end of the movie they change the rules that you have been playing with for the entire movie. The rules that they establish for this world within the opening dialogue don't matter at the end of the movie. There's also such things as, like, when they get to the rest of the Greeks, or as the movie calls them, the Hellenics, which is what they called themselves in the time, so I was happy to see some historical accuracy, some. They meet with the king that's there, and he's supposed to be a person of the Hellenic Council, which the Hellenic Council is supposed to be made up of the leaders of a bunch of the Hellenic states. When the bad guy sends an envoy, he says, "Summon the council, we will meet this envoy." Which makes you think there are more than just him as a Grecian leader there. No, he's the only guy. And he doesn't summon a council to meet the envoy, it's him, in a different robe, downstairs, at the front of the gate, with his back to his own men, who have their bows drawn, arrows ready, which I don't think the king would want pointed at him. He tries talking with the envoy, but the envoy only wants to talk to Theseus, and he's like, WTF, mate. There is a bit of a class warfare notion that goes on there as well, because Theseus was a poor man of poverty, a peasant, and a bastard child, while everybody around him who's corrupt and stupid is supposed to be of high nobility. But at the same time, the evil guy has the same story. He's also a peasant of no background who rises to military power to the anguish of all the nobles and rich people around him. Which, I mean, it does sort of become this sort of dyadic play against each other, but there's no moral then. I mean, it's not, I can triumph no matter what my station. It becomes, the poor can do great deeds for good or do great deeds for evil.
So what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? I don't see a point. The movie is definitely geared towards the machismo. I think there's maybe 30 to 45 minutes worth of actual plot, and the rest of the movie is fight scenes. And fight scenes that do a lot, and I mean a lot, of Matrix slow down action. They'll be moving and then suddenly time slows down so you can see the epic swing of their sword. And then a small little nick causes a limb to fly off. I think they did a little bit too much as far as gore is concerned. Not that it's a gory, scary movie. It's one of the kind of gory movies that almost makes you laugh at how bad the gore effects are compared to how nice and clean everything else is around them. They did make some nice stylistic choices, just as you would expect out of a movie from the producers of 300, whereas 300 was a bunch of chiseled, muscled men in black leather. Now we have a bunch of chiseled, muscled men in gold leather. Yeah. And in its attempt to make machismo culture not gay, I guess, I don't know. The only thing I knew about this movie going into it was that it was going to star gay actor Luke Evans as Zeus. But then, like, a few weeks ago, prior to the movie's release, his PR agent, who is a woman, releases that she's in a passionate love affair and engaged to him.
What?
Yeah, which... And there's no comment from him on it or anything. So, I'm wondering if somebody in PR thought, wow, we can't have the lead actor be gay because suddenly this movie is not machismo. It's, you know, muscle worship. I don't know. I want to know what other people's opinions are this. Question for comments. What do you think of this Luke Evans thing? There are several things playing in my mind. Maybe he was gay, now he's bi, and he's having trouble coming through this, so he's going through a PR agent for it. Perhaps it is Hollywood trying to push him back in the closet. Maybe he's gone through reparative therapy. I don't know. I wish the guy would actually comment himself. It was nice to see another movie with John Hurst. He's popping up everywhere. He was in Immortals. He's the voice of the dragon in Merlin. We were just watching Jim Henson's The Storyteller, where he is the storyteller. He pops up in I, Claudius playing Caligula. He's in the movie Aliens, biography movie of Quentin Crisp. Oh, right, V for Vendetta. He's in that as well. Yeah, he's all over the place. God bless him. It was fun having an audience to talk with. That's Jeremy in the background. He's our roommate. They can't see you. You're on the couch.
That's fine. I'm not even dressed in this.
That's a bit of my review about Immortal.